The 1950s were a groundbreaking period in aviation history. By the late 1940s, pilots had transitioned from propeller-driven aircraft to jets, and the sound barrier had just been broken. Yet engineers were already working on a new generation of aircraft that would make even the most recent designs look obsolete. While the US were busy developing the Starfighter, the Soviet Union pursued a similar goal. The task was to create a new interceptor fighter, incorporating lessons learned from the Korean War. The new aircraft needed to outperform the existing fleet in every key aspect, while maintaining simplicity in design and ease of maintenance. In 1953, testing began. Interestingly, the MiG-21 nearly missed out on its iconic triangular shape. Early prototypes, such as the E-4 with its delta wing, initially delivered underwhelming results. However, after numerous refinements, the engineers achieved impressive performance, and the delta wing was ultimately chosen as the way to go. By 1958, the project was officially named the MiG-21, and mass production began a year later. The earliest models typically had autocannons and two hardpoints for 57mm rocket pods or bombs weighing up to 500 kilograms. The first truly mass-produced version, the MiG-21 F-13, featured a single NR-30 cannon, but gained the ability to carry air-to-air missiles, namely the R-3S. There were even attempts to eliminate cannons entirely in favor of a missile-only armament, but this approach proved impractical. Starting with the MiG-21 PFM variant, engineers introduced the option to equip the aircraft with a GSH-23L gun pod. Later variants, such as the MiG-21S and SMT, could carry more advanced missiles, including the R-3R and, eventually, the R-60. The pinnacle of the series was the MiG-21 bis, which came close to third-generation fighters in terms of capabilities with its upgraded engine and the ability to carry up to 6 air-to-air missiles. Calling the MiG-21 a successful aircraft would be an understatement. Its simplicity, ease of maintenance, flight performance, and combat capabilities made it one of the best bang-for-the-buck fighters in history. Over 10,000 units were produced across dozens of variants, and that's not including 2,400 Chinese-built copies under the designation J7, making the MiG-21 the most mass-produced supersonic fighter of all time. It was operated by 65 nations all across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The MiG-21's combat record was particularly impressive in the decade following its mass production debut. Several hundred aircraft were supplied to North Vietnam during the American intervention. In the hands of Vietnamese pilots, the MiG-21 posed a serious challenge to American F-4 Phantoms in the battle for the skies above the jungle. Guided by Soviet tactics that relied on input from ground control and rapid launches of R-13 missiles, the MiG-21s initially proved highly effective until the US Air Force adapted their strategies. The MiG-21 also performed well in the Arab-Israeli and Indo-Pakistani conflicts, although newer generation aircraft with advanced avionics, like the F-15, ultimately outclassed the Soviet fighter. Despite the fact that the jet is rather outdated by the standards of the 21st century, some countries continue to operate heavily modernized MiG-21 variants. India, Romania, China, and Pakistan are among the nations still flying these iconic jets. However, the airframe, engines, and overall performance no longer meet modern fighter standards, and the MiG-21 is gradually being retired. Of course, you can test the capabilities of the MiG-21 yourself in our game. War Thunder features a variety of models ranging from early versions without nose-mounted cannons to the most advanced contemporary variants. Which MiG-21 is your favorite to fly? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.